I'm on a trout spey mission today. I looked at the forecast last night. It's rainy and nasty and dark and much colder than it's been, and that says streamers to me. So I grabbed one of my trout spey rods and I'm out on this river that I haven't personally fished in about 2 years, but it has some very big fish. Not very many at all, but when it gets nasty and rainy like this, you can actually stick some pretty good trout. So my goal is just one big fish. And although it doesn't cast very well, I'm gonna run a dolly llama. This rabbit is miserable to cast, but work on your fundamentals and your technique and follow the rules and your spey casting skills so you can cast some of these flies that are more stubborn. The problem with the dolly llama is it gets wet. It's like casting a dish rag. But I've had so much success on it. That bunny swims. I'm running a very, very light sink tip. It's a Rio In Touch replacement tip. Those have a nice taper. And then I've got one of my old Skagit lines on there. I'd like to upgrade to a Mini Max would be good on this rod. And this is my Beulah 12-foot 5-weight. There are some big hard fighting fish in here, so I like to have a 5-weight. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a few casts just to get started. And then I probably won't flip the video back on until I've got something hooked up. So when I get started, most of the fish in this spot have a tendency to be out in pretty swift current. And I'm gonna cast just about 90 degrees there and give it a little mend. And I will do some jigging, some snap jigging like this to give that fly a little extra action. Not big, my rod tip is staying within 18 inches of the water there. And then on my next cast, this is very clear water, so I don't want to get, okay, good, that shot real nice. I don't want to get a stale presentation, meaning I stand in one spot and cast again and again and again, because if a fish is 10, 15, even 20 feet away, it's seeing that fly swim through again and again and again, and it's no longer a unique opportunity. Okay, I'm gonna move down just a little bit, and I pulled out a little more line. I'm gonna bomb one there. So I'm just doing a little snap tee because I got a bunch of logs on my left. So I've got open water on my right. Snap tee cast makes sense. I'm jigging, 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 jigging. There he is, good fish, good fish. Oh, that was a great take. Oh, he isn't nearly, it's not nearly as big as I thought. But man, when they hit in that hard water, you know, that water is ripping out there. It really picked it up good. Oh, it's a cutthroat. Cutthroat doesn't stand much of a chance against this Beulah. This thing's a cannon. Oh, what a beautiful fish though. And a hard one. You guys are gonna look at this fish and go, oh, it's a great fish, Joe. There are some really big fish in this spot. Okay, let me show you this cutthroat. Like 14-inch maybe. Ate that dolly. Awesome. And like I said, if you're motivated to get better at your spey casting, it just opens up so many options for throwing some of these stubborn flies. And not just throwing them, but throwing them well, stress-free, so you can make accurate casts with the right angle, and your leader turns over tight, and your line turns over tight, and it's not a big just mess of crap out there laying in the water. I'm gonna put the camera in my pocket. I'm self-filmed today, so I'm trying to do all this solo, and I'm not that great at it. I'm gonna put the camera in my pocket, and I probably will just position it down, and I'm gonna work into the meat of this thing and see if I can't find Mr. Big. Okay, this is the fish I'm looking for. This is a total mess trying to self-film. Oh my gosh. This fish just peeled out a bunch of line while I was digging for my camera. But either way, oh my God, this thing is pulling. Good thing I got a two-handed rod, makes it a little easier to fight this thing while I'm holding the camera. But I've got this thing on a little tripod, so he's resting right now. Get it set down. Oh, that's the fish I'm going. Oh, I wish you could see this fish right now. Oh, God. Self-filming comes with its downsides. That's for sure. Caught steelhead, a lot smaller than that fish. Huh. I should have just netted it. I shouldn't have worried about the camera. Dang it. Well, I'll have to try to get another one, I guess. Ay, ay, ay. God, that was the fish I was going for. Well, I just had to absolutely bomb some casts. Okay, I decided to ditch trying to self-film the action and just threw my little tripod on the gravel bar. Edited it, but there we go. There's a nice rainbow. A little bigger than that cut, but still nothing like that one I lost. Oh my gosh, I am so bummed out about that still. I was actually pouting when this fish hooked up. So I moved downstream, and now it's wider, and I'm just throwing some bombs. I'm just really sending that line out there, and I found that I had to switch to a smaller fly. So I switched to a Rainey's Hibernator, a little olive one. I really like that fly. It casts pretty good. It's not the easiest casting fly. There is a little rabbit in it, but I just hooked one right here and didn't have the camera on, lost it. So let's go ahead and we'll move down here. And I'm throwing a big snake roll. For me, that just seems to be my best distance cast. Sinking, 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 sinking. Okay, here we go. Now we're fishing. And I'm gonna do some little snap jigs here. Just little pops, little twitches. Swinging, swinging, swinging. Come on, trout, give me something. Give me something here. Hey, good presentation. I really like that, just no bite. I'm not quite done yet, but I want to give some concluding thoughts while they're on my mind. First off, if it's dark and cloudy and stormy, think about streamer fishing, especially with spey rods and covering a lot of water quick. 2, you don't have to cast a long ways. Spey rods are tools to make things more efficient and fun. 3, fly size really hinders the cast. Get good at casting, practice, take a lesson, work on your cast, even when the fishing's terrible. Don't just spey fish for 15 minutes here and there and then put it away. Give it a whole day. Get really good at your casting so that when conditions are great like today, you can come out and rip some lips. So far I've landed 4 fish and lost several. One absolute missile, oh my gosh. It was great, but get good at your casting. Be spontaneous and try to get out there. And the last one is bring a rain jacket if it's raining. It doesn't look like it, but I am soaked. It's been just drizzling on me.